Hello students. So let us move on to the chapter 4, that is dividend decision. So the contents which I am going to cover for this video, that is first one, meaning and definition of dividends for 2 marks question, meaning of dividend decision and dividend policy. Next, important for 14 marks question, factors or determinants of dividend policy and types or forms of dividends, again for 14 marks question. So let us see the first topic, that is meaning and definition of the dividend. So say in simple term, dividend is nothing but the company is going to earn the profit at the end of the year by checking the assets and liabilities, by checking the expenses and the incomes. So after checking or after verification of all the expenses and incomes, they're going to earn the profit. And from the profit, they need to distribute the part of profit to the shareholders in the form of dividend for the capital which has been contributed by the shareholders. So the dividend is nothing but it's a part of profit which has to be distributed to the shareholders by the company. And whatever the profit which has been earned by the company, they are going to different, or they are going to divide into two parts. One, it is called as dividend, and second one, it is called as retained earnings. So dividend is nothing but it's a part of profit which has been distributed to the shareholders, but the retained earning is nothing but it's a part of profit which has been retained by the organization or the business in order to meet the future expenses. So that amount or that profit will be called as retained earnings or retained profit. So this is the difference between the dividend and the retained earnings or profit. Next, we have the dividend policy. So even the dividend policy will also be called as dividend decision. Why? Because dividend policy is nothing but the company going to frame the rules and regulations. Based upon the rules and regulations, they're going to state that, or they're going to fix that how much of profit has to be is distributed to the shareholders and how much of profit has to be retained by the business organization in order to meet the future expenses. So that policy or that rules and regulations which has been framed by the organization in order to take the decision regarding the dividend, that policies or the rules and regulations will be called as dividend policy. Next, we have the important topic for the 14 marks question, the forms of dividend. Means as we all know that the dividend will be distributed to the shareholders, but usually we are thinking that the company will give the dividend only in the form of cash. But there are different forms or different types where the company can distribute the amount of profit to the shareholders in the form of different forms or different types. So let us see what are the different forms which are available in the dividends. First one, that is a major thing, cash dividend. So when the company having the good profitability portion, that is the current portion of the company is good, then the cash portion will also be good. So if the cash portion of the company is in a good position, then definitely they're going to pay the dividend in the form of cash only, not in the form of other sources. So usually the company which is having the more profitability and which is having more current assets value, so then they're going to pay the dividend only in the form of cash. And second, we have the scrip dividend. So scrip dividend is nothing but the company is going to issue or they are going to pay the dividend not in the form of cash. Why? Because the company may have the shortage of funds in order to pay the amount. But in such a case, the company will issue the scrip or the promissory note by stating that the company is going to pay the amount after a certain period of time. So after a certain period of time, the company may sell the assets or the current assets and they can get the liquidity portion called as cash portion. And when the cash has been increased, definitely the amount will be paid after a certain period of time. So just they are going to postpone the payment for a certain period of time rather than paying the immediate cash. So that type of dividend will be called as scrip dividend. Third one, we have the bond dividend. So usually see that type of bond will be issued for the longer period of time because the company may not have the idea or the thinking capacity to think how much time they need to, how much time they need in order to generate the cash. In such a case, if the company may issue the dividend in the form of bond to the shareholders for a longer period of time. But the scrip dividend as well as the bond dividends are not available or not prevalent in the country called as India. Next, we have the property dividend. So the name only suggests that the dividend will be paid in the form of assets or the property. So whenever there are assets that are no longer necessary for the operation of the business, then the company will pay the dividend in the form of property dividend. Means if they having the assets which are not usage in the organizations or the operations of the organization, then definitely rather than paying in the form of cash, the asset which has been used by the organization, they are going to pay to the or they are going to issue to the shareholders in the form of dividend. Next, stock dividend or bonds shares. So stock dividend is nothing but the company is going to pay the dividend in the form of shares. So stock dividend is the dividend which is paid to shareholders in kind when stock dividend is paid. A portion of surplus is transferred to the capital account and shareholders are issued additional share certificate. So such dividend will be called as stock dividend or bonds shares. Means they are not going to pay the cash to the shareholders. Rather than that, they're going to transfer the extra portion to the capital account of the company or capital account of the shareholders. So they're going to increase the value of the shareholders by adding the extra share certificates. So that type of dividend will be called as stock dividend or bonds shares. And last one we have, that is interim dividend. That is nothing but the company can pay the amount called as dividend between the year. So it is a dividend which is declared by the director of the company between two annual general meeting of the company. So these are the different forms or different types of dividends. Next, we have the important concept, another important concept called as factors influencing the dividend policy. So there are certain factors which has to be taken into consideration when the company want to frame the dividend policy. And let us see what are the factors. First one, stability of the dividend. It is nothing but the payment of dividend regularly, and shareholders generally prefer such stable dividend payment which will influence over the years. So the person who is going to contribute the capital to the organization, definitely they are going to expect that they need to earn the income called as dividend on a stable or on a constant basis. So even that will also influence the dividend policy. Means if the shareholders they're expecting the constant or the stable dividend, then it also will influence the dividend policy of the organization. Second factor, that is financial policy of the company. So dividend policy may also affected or influenced by the financing policy of the company. That is nothing but if they collected the major source or the sources of finance from where they collected the capital. If the company decides to meet its expenses from its earnings, then it will have to pay the fewer dividends to its shareholders. Means they have collected the capital from the shareholders and they are going to pay the dividend to the shareholders. But if the financial policy of the company frame that whatever the expenditure they are going to meet other than the dividend, if it has to be meet from the profit which they have earned, definitely even the dividend will be reduced and the expenditure and retained earnings will be increased. So that is called as financial policy of the company. Next, third one, that is liquidity of the funds. So even the liquidity of funds will also influence the dividend policy. Means if the company having the more and more liquidity funds, that is called as cash, or it might be in the form of any current assets, and if they can easily convert the current assets into resources for the cash portion. So when the company having the higher liquidity portion, then they can pay the amount or the dividend to the shareholders. And if the company having the lower liquidity of the funds, either it may be in the current assets portion, then the dividend will be a problem. So even the liquidity of funds will also influence the dividend policy. So liquidity is the continuous ability of a company to meet the maturing obligations as and when they become due. The dividend policy of a firm is largely influenced by the availability of the liquid assets or resources, that is nothing but current assets. For the payment of dividend, a company requires cash, and it is not compulsory that highly profitability company will have large amount of cash as it at its disposal. So hey, the firm may have adequate earnings, but it may not be in a position to pay dividend due to liquidity problem or the availability of the current assets. Next, that is desire of the shareholders. So some of the shareholders may have desired that they need to earn the more and more amount of dividend. So their aiming is to earn the more amount of dividend for their investment. So even the desire of the shareholders will also influence the dividend policy of the organization. Next, financial needs of the company. So we already discussed that even the financial needs of the company will also be influence the dividend policy. It is nothing but if the company think that whatever the expenditure they are going to meet, it will be met by the profit which has been earned by the organization, then the dividend will be reduced and the retained earnings will be increased. So that is called as financial needs of the company. Next one, that is desire for control. So if a growth of a company requires additional funds, it has to issue additional equity shares. And if the existing equity shareholders are unable to buy the additional shares, their voting power is diluted. So the management cannot pay the more dividend in the fear of losing control over the company. So even the desire for the control. See, most of the companies they think that they need to have the control only for the limited persons. So if the company feels that if they want to raise the capital and if they go for the other persons or the other shareholders, then the control power will be diluted or differentiated or distributed. So even that can also influence the dividend policy. Next, legal restrictions. So there are certain act and certain laws. So based upon that, even the dividend policy has to be framed. So it also influences the dividend policy. Like while declaring dividend, the board of directors also have to consider the legal restrictions and provisions which is specified in section 93, 205A, 206 and 207 of the Companies Act 1956. And next one, debt obligation. So a firm which has incurred heavy indebtedness is not in a position to pay higher dividend to the shareholders. Means if they have collected the amount in the form of capital in like loans or the debentures or in any other sources than the capital, and they feel if they're not paying the amount, then the indebtedness of the company will be more. So in such a case also the company cannot pay the more amount in the form of dividend to the shareholders. Next, ability to borrow. So most of the companies they are going to fix their borrowing. So every company requires finance both for the expansion and for meeting the unanticipated expenses. The new company generally find it difficult to borrow from the market and hence cannot offer to pay high rate of dividend. So even the ability of this company will also influence the dividend policy or dividend decision. Next, past dividend rate. So if the company is already established and if they want to pay the dividend for the future purpose or the future year, definitely they will go for or they will search what is the dividend which has been paid in the previous year. That is called as past dividend rate. So if the company has paid the 10% of dividend in the 2018, then they think that how much dividend has to be paid in the year called as 2019. So what they will do, they will check or they will recheck the past dividend rate. So in the past year they have paid 10. Now they may increase to 12 or they may decrease to 8. So even the dividend policy of the company will be fluctuated or influenced by the past dividend rate. Next, dividend policy of the competitive concern. So even the company will see or will check what is the dividend which has been paid by the competitors of the business, because If the competitors is paying the higher rate of dividend and the company is paying the lower rate of dividend, definitely the shareholders will transfer or will shift their investment to the other company. So even the dividend policy of the competitive concern will also influence the dividend policy of the organization. Next, corporate taxation policy. So even the taxation policy will also influence the dividend decision or the dividend policy, because the tax will be paid after, or sorry, the tax will be paid before paying the dividend. So even the taxation, that is corporate tax, affect the rate of dividend of the concern. Higher rate of taxation reduce the profits availability for the distribution to the shareholders. So we already seen in the income statement, the preference dividend or the equity shareholders dividend will be paid only after the paying the dividend or paying the tax to the government. So that is called as corporate taxation policy. Next, taxation position of the shareholders. So even the taxation portion of the shareholder will also be influence the dividend policy. Means if the taxes or if the shareholders they are paying the more or they are paying the larger amount of their profit to the tax or in the form of tax to the shareholder, in the form of tax to the government, definitely they are not going to accept the dividend in a higher rate, so they are going to reduce the dividend amount. So even it also influence the dividend policy. So this is the another influence factor influencing dividend distribution, but it should not be, it should be noted here that capital gain tax will be less when compared to the income tax they should have paid when each dividend was declared and added to the personal income of the shareholders. Next one, effect of trade cycle. So this is also one of the factor which influence the dividend policy. That is, during the period of inflation, funds generated from the depreciation may not be adequate to replace the asset. Consequently, there is a need for retained carriage in enter to preserve the earning power of the firm. So trade cycle is nothing but we are going to check or we are going to shift the position or the cycle of the organization. Means they need to purchase the uh, equipments or machineries, and they're going to charge the depreciation. So if the depreciation is reduced, then they need to go for the investment or they need to see the investment that has been retained by the organization called as retained earnings or power, retained earnings or retained profit. So if they want to invest more and more amount on the equipments, they need the capital. So rather than going for the additional capital from the additional shareholders, they're going to share or they're going to keep the profit or they're going to retain the profit for the meet the expenses. So even the effects of trade cycle will also influence the dividend policy. And last one, attitude of the interested groups. That is, a concern may have certain group of interested and powered shareholders who have certain attitude towards the payment of the dividend and have definite same policy formulation regarding the dividend payments. Means in the shareholders there are certain groups which they are where or who they are going to decide what the dividend has to be paid by the organization. So that may also influence the dividend policy.